I'm Dr. Luke Burke, and I'm the co-founder and chief executive officer of Corryn Biotechnologies Limited. I completed my PhD in Swansea University in 2015. Since then, I've worked for multiple small startups around Europe. Through working with small medical device startups, I was able to see the entire process of medical device development and testing. I decided to found Corryn Biotechnologies in February 2021 in response to the chronic and complex wound problem that we see both in the NHS and worldwide. I studied medical engineering as an undergraduate at Swansea University. I was actually part of the first intake of undergraduates in medical engineering at Swansea University. And I chose to do that because, well, first off, I'm a diabetic myself, so I interact with medical devices and medical technology on a daily basis. In addition to that, I believe that medical engineering is a really interesting multidisciplinary approach. So initially when I went into it, I was very interested in how the fields of mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, and structural engineering come together to make a difference for patients like me as a diabetic. And I felt there was a lot of innovation to be had in that space. The idea behind Corryn Biotechnologies was to miniaturize the technique that I'd been using throughout my PhD and throughout my career. That technique is called electrospinning, and it's a method to produce very, very fine fibers and very, very fine materials. Corryn produces a handheld electrospinning applicator that's capable of dressing wounds with advanced materials without ever contacting the patient, and leaves those materials to resorb over time, meaning that throughout the entire wound healing process, no one ever has to touch the wound. To achieve our first prototypes, we needed lab space, we needed CapEx, we needed large equipment. So Swansea University, as my alma mater, was a fantastic choice for me to come back to and to see if there was an opportunity to spin the company back in and access those facilities and the expertise that exists in the university. So through partnering with Swansea University, we were first able to access research funding through EPSRC grants. That allowed us to get our first proof of concept and feasibility studies completed to show that the idea would actually work in the real world. We then were able to develop our applicator technology into something that is a minimum viable product, which is the one you can see here, as well as develop our fluids and our materials to something that would be useful in a clinical setting. We secured private equity investment, which allowed us to rent offices on campus and lab space. The location of Swansea, being right next door to Singleton Hospital, a major NHS centre, is fantastic for us as a medical device company. And again, we can continue to access all of the expertise around the university and the support that that gives. In addition to the support from Swansea University, the local support from Welsh Government has also been instrumental in the company's development. We've been able to secure a large, exceptionally funded grant from Welsh Government for the development of our product, which will help bring us to market and links us in with the wound care and larger medical device community and ecosystem that exists in South Wales right now. So as a medical device company, our road to market is long. We're going to require a large amount of funding before we ever get to our first patient. We need to move through biocompatibility, animal testing, and human clinical trials in order to make sure that our product is safe and effective for use in the real world. The ecosystem and support in this area will be instrumental in doing that. So recruiting private equity funding, getting further large grants from Innovate UK, all of that will be necessary for Corryn to continue to move through these milestones and develop to a product that can actually make a difference to real patients.